This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are
Here we go.
Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Cherry Hill Volvo Studios, where relationships matter. Always live on the free Odyssey app. This is Investor Schooling Live with your host, Larry Steinhaus, CEO of Investor Schooling.
All right. Good afternoon and welcome to Investor Schooling Live. Investor Schooling Live is transmitting from the Investor Schooling Studios right here in Investor Schooling headquarters. I am Larry Steinhaus and I am the CEO of Investor Schooling. Hey, thanks for listening in. Get ready to learn real estate investing, stock options trading, and many more things about money that I bet you didn't know. Hey, you can call us anytime during the show with your questions at 855-939-1137. Start writing this number down, 855-939-1137. We might be giving some books away today. 855-939-1137. That's right, we're a live program, and you can call anytime during the show, and we'll take your calls. Don't worry about the topic. We'll take your calls about anything that has to do with money, finances, or even politics. Hey, we're also live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and YouTube as well, and you can leave comments there. And if you are watching online, please say hi. It's the only way we know you're watching. At Investor Schooling, we teach real estate investing, stock options trading, how to save money and taxes, how to be financially free, and we even give you the motivation to make money work for you instead of you working for money. Investor Schooling is located in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, right off the Newtown bypass, serving the New Jersey and greater Philadelphia areas in a real brick-and-mortar building. Our students are also located in several states with our exclusive web access to our classes and seminars. Get ready to learn something new. Get ready to learn the business of entrepreneurship, real estate investing, and stock option trading from your friendly neighborhood financial expert, Larry Steinhaus. That's me. And I'm here with Dr. Deb. Ooh, wow. Hey, we sound like Deanne and Mark. You ready? Let's do it one more time. Dr. Deb. What do they do? How do they do it, Glenn? What do they end their show with? Good news all the time, right?
I wasn't really paying attention.
I think that's what they do. I think they say good news all the time. I don't even know. But it's so funny, like how...
all positive
all positive all the time. Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
Right, that's it. I got it now. All right, so hold on here. I want to put Dr. Deb on the camera because she's not on the camera and nobody knows who I'm talking to. All right, there you go. And if you're watching online, I see Robin says hi. That's pretty cool. And you could call anytime with your questions, 855-939-1137. So it is Memorial Day weekend.
Yep.
Right? So I'm figuring that either there's a lot of people stuck in traffic listening to us.
Maybe.
Or there's no one listening to us. I'm just not sure which. What do you think?
Everybody's probably barbecuing and out by the pool or goofing off. That's what I would think.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Let's give a book away.
Okay.
And let's see if somebody calls up and tells us what they're doing.
Okay.
All right? So 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. I'm going to give you a copy of my book, Money Hacks, and it's subtitled because everything you think you know about money is wrong. And what's the feedback I've gotten on this book so far?
All good feedback. You've gotten great feedback. Usually when people pick it up, it's like done in 3 or 4 days. That's what I've been hearing, that they read it really quick.
And then they like it. So, you can get the book for free.
And then people come in actually in person because they want to meet you because you're like famous now.
Yeah, and they want me to sign it too.
And they want you to,
And I will. I'll sign it, yeah.
So I usually make sure to, so Larry was talking to a bunch of people the other day and I interrupted him just so I could get him to sign the book so I could send them out. So.
Right, and I said, stop interrupting me.
I do that all the time. It's fun. It's fun to do that. So.
And we actually had somebody the other day come into class, and if you guys are fans of the show, you remember the show that we had with Omri when we said, what's Omri's name? And we kept doing it, and The Worst Landlord, if you guys don't know, most people didn't know his name, and we did a whole show on his name. We had people come up to us and say that was the best show we ever did.
Yeah,
so we have to have Omri back another time and maybe try to figure out his last name.
Omri's fun. He's like naturally funny, and he's like so good. So he's hysterical. I love him. He's great.
So if you want a book, 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. And if you want to ask any questions about anything else as well, you can do that as well. So what are you doing this weekend, Dr. Deb?
I am going down the shore tomorrow. I'm looking forward to going down the shore. Yeah. I'm going to get some Mac and Manco's pizza, get some ice cream,
Well, on your way down the shore, we have the repeat of the show at 3 o'clock. You can listen to yourself.
There you go. Because that's what I usually do. I just like to listen to us talk. This way I can hear all the ums and ahs that I'm trying not to do anymore.
You hardly ever and ah.
Yeah, every now and then.
Oh, that reminds me. I'm listening to the radio this morning. I'm listening to some other show on some other station.
Yeah.
And every single sentence, the guy ends with and ah.
Oh, really?
How does this guy become a radio? Glenn, I got to ask you a question, man. How can a guy become a radio announcer going, Glenn, hey, Glenn, I mean, really? This is what we have in radio announcers?
It usually means that the program director is not doing their job because they're supposed to meet with them and tell them, hey, you're doing that too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would imagine that it should never be said, or you should teach yourself how not to do it.
Yeah, you have to learn to not do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I learned a long time ago.
We all have verbal crutches.
I know. I have a lot of them.
You don't
I have ones that I notice that other people don't notice.
Okay.
Right.
I think I said
one.
in front of the room the other day, and I was just like so annoyed that I did
That's
it.
not such a big deal.
Yeah.
But let's see.
I say like a lot.
Like?
Yeah.
Like.
So
yeah, it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I do. Yeah. I got another one. There's a couple of them I do, but I don't do ums and ahs. In fact, sometimes I have to inject an and ah on purpose to make it look like I'm thinking. Like I want to make the person go like, let me think.
When you do it that way, it's obvious that
and I
it's
do it
not
on
real.
purpose, you know?
Yeah, it's obvious, yeah.
So we actually have Rob in West Deptford, New Jersey. What's going on, Rob?
Hello, Larry.
What's
Perfect timing to listen to your show and do my bi-weekly driving.
You listen while you're driving? Are you on Bluetooth?
And my what?
Are you on Bluetooth?
Okay, I got you all speaker. I can't hear.
Yeah, if you take me off speaker, it'll probably work better. But don't get into an accident.
Okay, there you go.
That's a little bit better. All right, now we can hear you.
All right, a million things are bothering me. First off, I'm watching. It's Memorial Day, and they have the Vietnam in high def on the History Channel. So that's the only thing on. So I'm watching it, and I see the Ukraine. They think they're going to win Ukraine. They're just playing Vietnam again, about Afghanistan and Iraq again.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Nobody's going to win. You got to end it. They got to end it. It's going to break every country that's participating in it.
Wow! Just for a second, I got to tell you, Glenn's saying the phone lines are lighting up. Everybody wants a free book. That's
really?
So cool.
Okay.
That's so cool.
Good.
So what are you going to just watch the History Channel, Rob? That's all you're doing?
No, heck no. It was the only thing on this morning. Vietnam in high def.
Well, where you going now?
Yeah,
You're in your car. Where are you going now?
Road. I'm going to see. I'm going to take my bi-weekly trip up to Medford to help my lady friend.
Oh, that's awesome.
She needs water. She needs money. She needs food. She needs this. She needs that. So I listen to you while I'm on the road.
Oh,
all right. So wait, let me get this straight.
I love the lady friend.
Yeah, wait. But the lady friend that needs money, needs food, needs what else?
Yeah. I'm helping her. SNAP isn't enough. They're complaining about not ending SNAP or having to work for it. That's all well and good as long as you have a car or you have public transportation to get there. She has neither. Neither does her adult son.
Well,
okay?
That's awesome.
And there's nothing there. There's an Acme. They're not hiring. There's a hairstylist. You're not a beautician. There's a drug store. They don't need anybody. There's a hardware store. They don't need anyone. Where do how are you going to work if you don't have any money to get to work?
Maybe she needs to move somewhere that's...
Let me tell you, the SNAP lasts like a week. They're blaming the deficit on SNAP benefits. It's bull. It's BS.
All right, wait, stop,
I'm
Rob.
not taking sides.
You're killing me here.
It's just as bad.
All right, you're killing me here, man. I love you, but you're just going off on a bunch of rants and tangents, and it's still my show. All right.
So let's get back to finances and real estate.
Hey, so before we take your name and your address for your book, you have any questions for us? Or did we lose him?
Me?
No, yeah.
I'm here.
You have any questions for us?
Yeah, my 401, my retirement account. I'm
Okay.
67, and I'm scared to death of that.
You're scared of your retirement account?
Well, it's the stock market. How can you have money that importance on the stock market? If it's a nice day, it'll go up. I heard the guy say today on the news, they're not worried about the debt limit talks, but they won't worry until they start to worry.
All right.
I mean, how can you have that kind of money on something like that? That's my question.
All right. So here's Here's something interesting about the debt ceiling issue that we're hitting right now. Okay, we hit this debt ceiling issue at least once a year, probably twice a year. Who cares, right? Did you ever notice that all this is news sensationalization? That's all it is. So the United States, by Constitution, has to pay their debts. So if they block raising the debt ceiling, which has happened a couple of times, they block it. It's only a temporary thing, which means that you now have a really great opportunity to buy stocks. So if they block the debt ceiling, the stock market crashes 700-800 points. You buy a bunch of stocks, and 3 weeks later they approve it anyway. So it's actually great. So instead, stop looking at the negative side of this problem and look at the positive side of this problem. Two things are going to happen. One is they're either going to, the debt ceiling is either going to be, they're going to raise the debt ceiling in the next week or so. They'll raise the debt ceiling, and what will happen is the stock market will go down anyway because now it's no longer news. They will not raise the debt ceiling, and the stock market will go down a lot, and it'll make a great buying opportunity. And that great buying opportunity is what you're looking for. So that great buying opportunity is going to come up, and then in about 3 weeks, you're going to go, wow, I'm so glad I listened to Larry while I was going to my lady friend.
Right. Gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's why I love coming up here, listening to you. Yeah, I love
all right,
the show.
do this. I'm going to put you on hold. Glenn's going to take your info, and we're going to get to Judy. What's going on, Judy?
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Tell me all about what's going on with you.
I am a nurse. I work for Mainline, and I am in the community seeing everybody that comes out of the hospital.
You what?
I'm a nurse.
Okay, and you work for
Mainline.
I'm a community nurse.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm a community nurse.
That's awesome.
So I
actually.
work the whole weekend.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're gonna be working the whole weekend. Okay, that's what you're gonna be doing. Now I got it. No, I just I missed something, and
Yeah, I missed something.
I think I missed the I'm working part somewhere. I don't know. All right, very cool.
Yeah, I'm working all weekend.
Cool.
It's a holiday weekend.
So you know what you should do?
We're out here.
You should come to investor schooling, and you should learn how not to have to work every day.
Yeah.
I would like to get there.
Well, you're going to start with the book, and the book is going to give you a whole bunch of it's like a 100-foot overview of what we teach.
Yeah.
And you're going to learn so many things that you didn't even know existed about money. Are you putting money into your 401k plan?
I am.
All right, good. Keep doing it.
I am.
Keep doing it. And also, you have to take some other money and buy some investment properties, right, Dr. Deb?
Yeah, buy some investment.
Yeah, we're going to talk about an investment property that Dr. Deb is looking at, but it's like I've never seen so many calls in one day. This is amazing. So do you have a specific question about money we can talk to you about?
It's all about your book.
I know. So you give away something for free, and what happens, right?
It lights up. Yeah,
You know,
the whole
this
thing
is
lights up.
this is what I got to deal with. Everybody wants free stuff from me.
Everybody takes advantage of you, Larry. Everybody. The whole world takes advantage of you.
That's all right. I'm happy to give it out. I'm really happy because So if anybody ever published a book, I don't know if you know how this works. So the publishing company owns the rights to the book, and they give you a small stipend every time a book sells. So for every book I sell, I get $4.
Oh, there you go.
So I'd much rather give the book away than get the $4.
There you go.
So Judy, you can enjoy the book. Glenn's going to put you on hold. Wait, I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. I can't wait to hear your feedback.
I'm enjoying that.
You got it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. It looks like we got, by the way, if anybody wants to call in, 855-939-1137, 855-939-1137. Tell us what you're doing today, Memorial Day, and we'll give you a book. We're going to run this out until the first commercial. We'll run this out to the first commercial because this is kind of fun, actually.
You got to run one out to the first commercial.
Give it out
free
the books. Yeah,
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to call now. You can't call later. So don't think you can get in your car a half hour from now and call and get a free book because it ain't going to happen.
There you go.
What's up, Roger? Oh, Roger dropped off. How about Joseph? What's going on, Joseph?
Yeah, hi, Larry.
What's happening?
Nothing. I'm just taking it easy, Larry.
You sound like you're having a good
I'm
time.
87 years old.
You're 87 years
Good
old?
for you. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm going to be 88 pretty soon.
When?
And I called in for a free book.
You got it. Hey, Joseph,
great.
listen. I promise I'll get the book to you in a hurry so you can make sure you get it before it's too late.
Oh, I'll be all right. I'm okay.
You're such a schmuck. You are
See, Debbie didn't like that.
you are something. You're something.
So all right. So I got a question for you. So this is going to be an interesting conversation, if you don't mind. I've always wanted to go to somebody who's older, right? So you're at 87, and I don't know you. So people I know, it's different because if you do it with people you don't know, it's a very different question.
Exactly right.
So tell me about the most. Give me the most wisdom statement you could give us as an 87-year-old.
Wait a minute now. You got to make me understand a little more than that.
So what would you tell people who are listening right on the radio who are maybe in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s, and as an 87-year-old, what would you tell people?
Well, keep money in the stock market.
I'm not just necessarily.
No
it could be about money. It
Don't
could be
worry
about money,
about
but it
it.
doesn't have to be. By the way, it could be anything that you, any
Excuse
piece
me?
any piece of wisdom you want to give. It doesn't have to be about money.
Well, well, just be happy to be alive and pray to God every day like I do.
That's great. I like it. And you know what? It's from the second you got on the phone, I knew you were happy to be alive. So that's pretty cool. I like it. Excellent. Excellent. All right. We're going to get that book out to you. And, hey, listen, can you still drive?
Yes.
Cool. Why don't you stop by the
But
school one day?
I can't. I'm having a little hard time driving around. That's all.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Well, if you could stop by
I
the
know
school.
you want me to go to your school. I
I
know
want to just meet you. I want to meet you,
But
man. Listen to this guy. He's so happy.
Larry.
Yeah.
Larry.
Yeah, I'm here.
I've been retired for 20 years now.
Wow.
That's
I
great.
haven't worked, and everything's gone good for me. I don't have no complaints.
What did you do? What did you do before you retired?
A hard-working man all my life.
All right. Excellent.
I worked a lot of jobs. I didn't have no education, and I did the best I could. I'm a single man, and I'm happy to, like I said, I'm happy to be alive.
Hey, I'm happy you're alive too. I'm happy you called in. I'm happy it's Memorial Day, and I'm happy you're having a good time. And I'm happy you got a book.
Thank you for the book. That's why I'm calling in for the book. I listen to you all the time.
Well, thank you, man. I
wanna
appreciate
learn
that.
Stuff.
Wow, look at that. We have fans.
I want to
Dr.
learn
Deb.
more
I know.
about the stock market, Larry.
All right. Well, what do you want to know about the stock market? Before we hang up, give me a question about the stock market that you want to know.
What's the best stock to have? That's a good one, right, Larry?
All right. The best stock to have.
I know some people that got a lot of money and they bet certain things that make a lot of money.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of money, but I'm doing okay, like I said. And I got money in the S&P. That's where my money is.
That's fine. That's fine. So if you have enough money to live off of, it may not be stocks
Yes.
for you at this point. Maybe it's just income for you.
Go ahead.
So instead of buying stocks, or if you're going to buy stocks, you can get dividends on those stocks and live off the dividends. That may work for you as well.
Right.
So I would look for
Yes.
good dividend-paying stocks. That will work for you.
Okay.
You're welcome to come in or even give me a ring on the phone at the school, and I'll pick a couple for you. I mean, AT&T is a good one. Some of the banks are good ones. They're all dividend-paying stocks. Off the top of my head, I think Kellogg's was a good one. So if you want to take a good look at some dividend-paying stocks, I would look at those and live off the dividends. But it's not, So in your case, at your age, honestly, you're not really looking for growth anymore. What you're looking for is income.
Yeah.
You want to make sure that
Right.
to the last day you're here, you can have anything and
fold
everything
up.
you want.
Yes.
All right. So that's what we teach. We teach that a lot, and I teach that specifically.
I know what you teach.
Yeah, I'm
You're
so happy.
very good. I can say that. God bless you. You're a good man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I'm like feeling really good right now.
You're getting all kinds of compliments
I'm getting.
today.
I
It's
know.
great.
Do me a favor. Tell Dr. Deb she's good too.
No. I've been listening to you, Larry, a long time.
How many years?
Oh, I say maybe 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay. Because most people say 10, and I haven't been on the air for 10. I just always find that funny. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've been on the air probably about
I've been
6 or
listening to
7.
you quite a while. I'm telling you,
Thank
been
you,
on
my
the
friend.
radio.
Thank you,
I
my
try
friend.
to find your show all the time, and I can't find it on radio. Your radio show, I can't find it all the
Oh,
time.
the other one during the
And,
during the
I
morning.
wanna know it, but you never talk about it.
So I stopped doing the other one because we had a fight with the radio station. The other radio
Okay,
station, not
all
this
right.
one, not this one, but the other.
Yeah.
We love this. By the way, I got to tell you, I'm going to say it just because I brought it up, but I love WPHT. They really good to us. We're really good to them. So I'm really happy that
Yes.
that we're here and we do this show every Saturday. What I really wish they would do is put me on full time, 3 hours a day, or 4 hours a day, and
Yes.
I would have such a great show, and we would probably take the ratings in the morning and make them much higher. But that's that's not up to me.
You would
It's
make
not.
more money.
Yeah, and I don't even want to be paid a lot. I just want to be on the air because I have so much fun on the air. And Dr. Deb and I would make a great team.
Yes.
All right, we got to go. We got to move to the next caller. I totally appreciate you.
Okay,
And
thank
stay on
you,
the
Ed.
line. Glenn's going to take your info. All right, what's up, Gary? Is this Ice Cream Gary?
Hey,
Is it Ice Cream Gary?
How you doing, Dr. Deb?
Hey.
Long time no see.
How are you?
It
How
is.
you been?
Is it Ice Cream
You
Gary?
all right?
Wait. Is it Ice Cream Gary?
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. Okay, Ice Cream Gary. So the reason I say Ice Cream Gary is because Gary called in about 2, maybe 3 years ago about an ice cream store that he was selling.
Oh, okay.
And we had a whole conversation about it. He called me privately, and I counseled him on it and made some good decisions. And then when I started opening the other ice cream store, which by the way is still not open, Gary, I got to tell you a story in a minute about why my ice cream store is not open. You'll appreciate this, but so I called Gary and asked him some specific questions. He helped me a lot, so I really
Oh, that's
appreciate
great.
it, Gary,
That's
as
great.
well. So Gary, you want to hear why my ice cream store is not open?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
You're gonna just love it, right? So we have the CO
Go ahead.
inspection. So I spent 3 months and over $100,000 into this freaking building. That
looks gorgeous.
I don't
That looks
even. It
gorgeous.
does look gorgeous. I know.
It looks
I don't
gorgeous.
think anybody could have spent $100,000. I think you would have thought I was nuts to spend $100,000 on this building, right? I bought $50,000 worth of equipment, brand new electro-freeze, brand new top of the line electro-freeze. 3 vanilla chocolate and twist, and brand new scoop cabinets, brand new freezers, brand new refrigerators, brand new. I didn't even buy anything used, right? Renovated the whole building because the building was just garbage, and then I have a CO inspection. You know what the CO inspection came back as? Your countertop is not ADA accessible. And they said you still can't open it until you fix it. So then they said, not only can you open till you fix it, which took us 2 days to fix it. It was no big deal. We moved one cabinet, put another cabinet in, right? They said no, and now you have to reapply for your permit and start all over again.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That was what happened.
All about the money.
Yeah, it's all about the money, right? So we luckily convinced them to use the old permit, and maybe on Tuesday we'll get a CO. Then the health inspector won't come in and inspect us until the CO is done. So it's a mess. But I'm hoping the weekend of the 10th will be our grand opening. We missed the school season. We're across the street from a school. We missed the school season. We missed a bunch of stuff, but I still think, and we missed Memorial Day weekend, which is now. But I actually think it's all for the best. We have some really cool stuff, Gary. You should look into it. Go to The Ice Cream Corner, theicecreamcorner.com, and you can actually check out our website.
Yeah, and you have something like almost 2,000 likes on
Yeah,
your
we have
pages.
2,000 likes on our Facebook
Yeah,
page
you're
already.
doing great.
I know.
mean,
It's like,
everybody knows about it, so
they're
it's
like,
going to do really well.
I
when you
get
open
text
it.
messages. When are you going to open? When are you going to open? When are you going to open? Right?
We'll do really well. We'll do really well when it opens. We'll
And
be
this-
there. We'll be there.
and
I
this
want
was all about-
hot fudge. I want
there you
like
go.
hot fudge.
And this was all about. So I had this building for you guys who listen to the show. If you don't know the story, I had this building that it used to be a pizzeria when I first bought it. It was this little 267 square foot takeout pizzeria when I bought it. When I bought the building about 11 years ago, I guess, maybe 12 years ago. And when I bought the building, they were in there. They moved out a few years later, and then it became a jerk chicken place, and that was a jerk chicken place for about 5 years. And then that lease ran out, and they moved. They moved to a bigger location, and my property manager over there had trouble renting it. And I said, if you don't rent it, I'm gonna have to turn it into an ice cream store. And if you don't rent it, I'm gonna have to, and I kept saying, if you don't rent it, I'm gonna have to turn it into an ice cream store. But please rent it. If you don't rent it, I'm gonna have to turn it into an ice cream store. But please rent it.
Yeah.
And I kept saying it. Come December last year, he couldn't rent it, and I said, all right, I'm turning it into an ice cream store.
Yeah.
So what's up, Gary? How can I help you?
Okay, 2 things. I'm going to help you, Sultan. I'm going to help Dr. Deb, too. Here we go. Ready?
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Number 1, I don't want your book. Not that I don't like it. No, that's Larry. That's not why I called. You know me better than that.
Well, you can still have the book.
Number
It's up to
1.
you.
Okay, bend my arm. Okay. Number 1.
Forget it. Listen, Glenn,
Larry,
lose
come
his number.
Yeah, don't
Come on,
get any
lose his number.
information.
Go ahead, Gary. I'm teasing you.
Okay. Number 1, your school across the street. You have 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
You get approval from the superintendent. You make up a flyer, like a coupon type flyer,
Be creative. Dr. Deb will help you. Get it approved by the super. You get it. Wait, listen. You get it approved by the superintendent, and you get the number of classes. Say 1 through 8. There's 20 students in a class. You break them down. Boom, 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 boom. You give it to the school. Guess who's going to come knocking at your door? The students.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, but it still needs
They
to
already
be
know
open.
it's there. They stop by whenever I'm there. They stop by knocking on the door. You guys open yet? Are you guys open yet?
Yeah, yeah.
They know we're there.
Hey, everybody likes a coupon.
You ready?
know
I got a
what I'm
better
saying?
coupon. You ready for this, Gary? Wait till you hear what I did, right?
Wait a minute.
What?
Let me think. You buy 10, you get one free.
No, I have an app. If you download the app,
all right.
You automatically get a free ice cream. So as soon as you download the app, you get a free ice cream. And then now I've got their information. I could send them coupons. I could send them like ice cream on their birthday. And then I'm also doing something.
You're unbelievable.
Hey, listen, you got to remember, this is me. I'm not just some schlub guy in South Jersey named Gary opening some schlub ice cream store. This is Larry Steinhaus. I do it right.
You're Sultan. You're right. Dr. Deb doesn't know about your past, does she?
Doesn't know about my what?
Your past. The Sultan.
She knows all about me. I do the Sultan every single day.
Yeah. I work with him. I've been working with him for the last couple of years. So.
Yeah, the Sultan comes out. You need to come to class, Gary. You need to see.
Yeah.
You need to see the stock option Sultan in action. The stock option Sultan in action is so much fun. You would get such a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Stock option Sultan. Stock option Sultan.
Hey, the stock option Sultan is one of the most fun things I do. So when are you going to come to class and see the stock option Sultan in action?
Well, I'll check my schedule. I'm not making promises.
Listen, you sold your ice cream store. You're sitting home and watching TV every week. Stop it. Get your butt to the class.
No, let me tell you right now. I'm working at Rowan University.
Oh, good for you. That's great. Do you teach there, or do you do something else there?
I'm gonna get for free, being an employee, my master's.
Good for you. That's great.
All right, I think that's
then I'm
awesome.
gonna
But what are you going to do
tell
with
you-
your master's? I got to know.
I'm not. No. What I'm thinking about is this. 2033. What can we do as individuals, since they claim Social Security is going to be broke or depleted? What can we do as American citizens to, other than raise taxes, to save Social Security? Give me your thoughts on that.
What do I think they should do? You ready? I'm going to tell you what they should do, and it's going to sound like the liberal answer.
Go ahead.
It's going to sound like the liberal answer. So I don't know if you know this, but there's a cap on Social Security. So when you hit a certain salary, I don't remember the numbers this year, but it's something like 170,000 ish at this point. Is it 150 or is it 170?
170.
I got to look it up.
Like that.
But whatever it is, right? So they stop. They cap off your Social Security. You hit that number. So if you hit that number, let's say 6 months into the year, from that point on, they don't collect Social Security anymore from you, right? I personally think that that's incorrect. I also think that the limit on Social Security needs to go up also. So if I'm going to be making $400,000 or $500,000 and paying Social Security on $400,000 or $500,000, then my limit should go up as well. So it should all be balanced. That's my personal opinion. That's been my opinion since I was much younger and I understood Social Security. I remember my first year that I capped out Social Security. I was like, wow, I didn't even know you could do this. So it was many, many years ago. I'm going to say it was probably 30 years ago. I was a salesperson for a technology company, and I capped out my Social Security somewhere in the middle of the year. And I was like, wow, this is so neat. And every year I would try to cap out my Social Security sooner so I wouldn't have it taken out, which is really good for me now because now my Social Security is going to be pretty high when I'm ready to take it. At age 67, by the way, I've told everybody this, age 67 is the real best age to take your Social Security. Most people think you should wait. Don't wait. 67 is the best year. I've actually did a presentation on this, and I was surprised that the government was right. when they say 67 is the best year. Yeah.
Larry,
Yep.
since it's so elementary, why can that not be done?
Why? What can't be done?
What you just mentioned.
Why?
Why can't it? Why doesn't Congress enact on that?
Oh, you mean? Oh, you're saying you agree with me, and you want to know why they're not doing it?
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you who's in the way. You'd be surprised. You ready? It happens to be the Republicans in the way. So it's funny that I call myself a Republican. I call myself a conservative Republican, and I still see little problems that we as Republicans are making mistakes on, and that's one of them. I really believe that if they got together and said, "Hey, we need to continue Social Security, the whole thing," the first year or two, people are going to be, they're going to be moaning and getting all upset. But after that, it's going to become a great idea. It'll keep Social Security going. But I also think, like I said, on the other end, the people retiring need to get more money. And honestly, I can't wait to get Social Security. You know why? Because all these millennials who are making fun of me are going to be paying me around $3,500 to $4,000 a month, and I'm going to be really happy about that.
Larry, you're the best. Dr. Deb, you're a very, very lucky individual to be working next to that gentleman.
Hey, she's still the smarter one in the room. She's the doctor.
I understand that. I respect her. But you keep up the good work. You've come a long way. You've come a very long way. Just don't forget where you came from and keep doing the right thing.
Will do. I will. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks, Gary. We got to get moving. Hey, Glenn, if he wants the book, take his address. If not, he can do whatever he wants. But he should stop by one day. But let's do this real quick before we go to commercial. Let's get Robin, who's in Lindenwold. Oh, I know Robin. This is Robin. What's up, Robin?
Hey, Larry.
It's funny. I looked and I saw Lindenhurst, and I looked at it again, and I said Lindenwold. I know who this is. So Robin is one of our students, and she's one of our famous students. So I'm actually, before you even say anything, I'm going to ask you, tell us about your experience with investor schooling.
How did I know you were going to ask that question? Because I was going to mow you down with it.
Hi, Robin. How you doing,
investor
sweetie?
Schooling has put me. Hi, Dr. Deb. How are you?
I'm
You look
good.
fabulous.
You cut her off. She was about to say some good things
I
about
know,
investor
but
schooling.
it's Robin. I have to say hello.
Well, yeah, investor schooling has put me on the railroad tracks, and I've been smooth sailing ever since. A little slow and chugging, I'm trying to bring up the caboose. But I had a health mishap in January, and I kind of been out of commission for the last 5 months. And, I saw you at the Money Multiplier seminar, and I'm coming back. And yesterday, I went to the shore to beat the crowd. So, Dr. Deb, when you go tomorrow, make sure you have fun.
I will.
And while I was down there, I always try to learn something in my ventures. I have a chauffeur right now because I can't drive just yet. And I stopped in at Atlantic City Hall. I was trying to find out how to get a subscription to the public records. And they said I was in the wrong place. Well, I thought Atlantic City took care of the Atlantic County, but it's Mays Landing, New Jersey, that takes care of Atlantic County. So, so that was a FYI for myself. So I was pretty proud of myself to find that out. And Dr. Deb, I wanted to let you know I've also ran into some pretty interesting people. So if you ever need a lot of money for a deal,
all right,
anything under $1 million, let me know and I'll connect you.
Okay,
but with
absolutely.
investor schooling, since I haven't been there for the last 5 months, it's still in my system. Investor schooling is still in my system, and the things that you have given us to learn, Larry, the golden jewels that drop from the sky when you speak. A lot of people don't like it because you're just kind of quacky.
Golden jewels that drop from the sky.
Yeah, the golden jewels that drop from the sky. Wow. You better believe I'm down there trying to catch all of them. When you open up your mouth, my ears are wide open. So that kept me going while I was down and out for 5 months. And I appreciate you, and I thank you for all that information. And Dr. Deb, you too, because you're a real go-getter. I remember one time you told me, It's all about me, baby. And you're right. It's all about you. So you guys keep up the good work, and I'm glad you let me in to talk.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so I'll see you soon. When I start driving, I will be right there with bells on, ready to catch the jewels again.
All right.
good,
Well,
Robin.
Robin, I think you already have a book, right?
Yeah, I do. Of course.
Actually, you actually read the manuscript. I gave it to you. I remember I gave you the
I
manuscript.
did before the book
You read it
came-
before the book even came
Yeah,
out.
before the book came
That's
out.
right. And you were telling me how great it was.
Right.
That's great. All right,
And
cool.
my jaws dropped when I read the manuscript. So thanks for that.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, there was only about a dozen people who got it, and you were one of them. All
I
right.
always thought I was kind of special.
I know you're special.
Take care.
All
See
right.
you, Dr.
Thanks so
Deb.
much.
See you,
guys
Robin.
soon.
All right, Glenn. We need to take a break because I got all these great compliments, and I just need to go breathe them in.
I know
So-
he has to go deflate
We
his
gotta
head right now.
deflate- Yeah, deflate the
Yeah,
ego.
deflate my ego.
Deflate
so
yours.
throw on the commercial so I can listen to myself tell how great investor schooling is. This is Larry Steinitz with Investor Schooling.
All right,
That's
you're
great.
clear. You're clear.
I want to apply to those who own real assets. At Investor Schooling, we teach you how to own real assets like real estate, gold, silver, and other investments,
Yeah, you can't listen to too much of that. That'll
cryptocurrency. And teach you how to pay thousands less in taxes legally. So go to investorschooling.com and find out how you can attend a complimentary class this Thursday. Investor.
So, Larry, I'm going to send you. I'm going to send you the names, but the Gary guy you were talking to, the ice cream guy.
Yeah.
Did you? Are you sure? Just make sure you didn't already send him a book. He says he didn't get one, but I mean, you probably don't care. But
Yeah, I
I
think
just
so.
vaguely remember having his email already.
Yeah, okay.
His email seems very familiar to me.
That's possible. You might have put it down because I wanted to talk about the ice cream store about a year ago. Half a year ago.
Okay.
So that might be why.
All right. Well, I'll send you the names afterwards.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. I appreciate it, man.
No call.
I appreciate you
Hire
doing your
with a
job.
Great big real estate portfolio.
Anything for you, Larry.
We all know the
It's all
downturn
about
is
me and
around the
Dr.
corner.
Deb.
What does
That's
that
what
mean
Robin
to you?
said.
You need to.
What was I going to tell you? Oh, no calls on deck right now.
Okay, you know what's funny, right? Like the people on Facebook Live, they're listening to this
Can you
conversation.
learn how to do it?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
don't know.
can.
Tess is on.
Go to
So, Tess, if you can hear me,
investorschooling.com
I'm
and
looking
find out
forward
how
to
you can
seeing you in a
attend
couple days.
complimentary
So,
class
And
this
then
Thursday.
they're gonna-
investorschooling.com.
And then they're going to, I don't know, they're going to tell us.
Dawn Stensland weekdays 10 till noon. Dom to your down on noon till
Linda said he's
3.
already doing
Free
it.
speech
Yeah,
lives
but we need to
here.
get this.
Talk Radio 1210, WPHT, and on the free Odyssey app.
This is Larry Steinitz from Investors.
Ah, shoot.
Oh, you
If
listen
you're
to
tired of-
you.
Schooling.com
Don't worry about it. Just play
Sorry,
it.
I'm sorry this was still in here.
Just play it. I don't care.
to be broke. That's right. Go to investorschooling.com.
All right, we're back after this one.
All right.
It's Thursday, and if you have any questions, you can call us at 215-876-3002, 215-876-3002.
I'm having lunch with Sean on
Go to
on Thursday.
investorschooling.com, sign up for this
I'm
Thursday,
talking to Tess,
and learn
so
how
I
not to be
fly in
broke.
Wednesday, and I'm having
investorschooling.com.
lunch with
This is
Sean
Larry
on,
Steinitz from Investor
Thursday.
Schooling, and I'm so excited when our students do well. Listen to this student and listen to what he has to say about Investor Schooling.
I sold one of my properties last October, doubled my money, and what I did, I invested into another property and then closed on a refi, and I wrote myself a check out for $118,000.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. And if you want to find out more about Investor Schooling, go to investorschooling.com, and we will see you Thursday night, and we will help you any way we can.
All right, we're coming back.
Good play. 1210 WPHT.
All right, everybody, welcome back to My Ego. This is Larry Steinitz. So my ego is so big right now because I feel so good about all these people that I've helped. Then that that I don't even need to do the show anymore because you guys are just going to flock to Investor Schooling because you want to be like all the people that called in and said how great Investor Schooling is.
Touche.
Do you think I should have said that? Or is it just a typical thing I would say?
It's a typical thing you would say, but I think a lot of people listen to us on the radio, me included, by the way.
Yes.
And then people
I
come
know
in,
you're
so it's
included.
cool.
I know, exactly.
I'm just saying.
So-
Every now and then I get a little notoriety. They're like, "Oh, you're Dr. Deb." It's kind of
Oh,
cool.
it's fun. It's fun when people come in, right? So
Yeah,
so a lot of
it's
people
nice.
come in. They come in to see us. They come in, and by the way, if anybody wants to come in and meet us, just go to investorschooling.com, sign RSVP for class. I don't care if you don't become a student. It's fun. You hang out. You see the stock option consultant, and if you've never seen the stock option consultant like Gary, if you've never seen the stock option consultant, you are in for a treat when you see the stock option consultant. And the stock option consultant will predict how the stock market will go and predict what stocks you have going up and down. And if you can come, you'll have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you get some cool pictures with them too, which is nice.
Yeah. So, so Tess says you should say it, but we aren't surprised you said it. So Tess online listening, and she knows how I speak.
Oh,
about the ego statement.
About the ego.
Yeah, I know. We're kind of like, but so it's funny because online, by the time they hear it, and by the time they type the answer, we're already on a different topic.
Yeah.
So that was yesterday, Tess. All right. Let's talk about this deal. So let's do a little bit of education for our crowd because we just did the whole having fun stuff and what people do on Memorial Day.
Now I guess we should work while we're here. I guess we should do something.
It doesn't matter to me. I got to be on the air, and you got to be on the air. So we might as well educate somebody on a deal that Deb got. So we did a little bit of work. So sometimes what happens is when you're in this business and you let people know you're in this business, people will send you deals. You don't even have to. You have to look for deals. Like I do recommend certain ways to look for deals. But if you're in the business long enough, people just send you deals. So you got a deal. Why don't you tell us? You got a text message from a friend who told you about a deal from a wholesaler. Go ahead, tell us the deal.
Yep. So it was actually a student who reached out to me yesterday. So I actually have a couple properties out in the Poconos, which is why they sent this over to me because it's probably not too far away from some of my other properties. They were looking for $60K seller financing with 0 interest for 60 months, which sounded pretty appealing right off the top. He wanted 2,000 EMD. What does that stand for again?
Earnest money deposit.
That's it. Earnest money deposit.
He wants 2,000 now to make sure that you're not going to walk away from the deal.
Right. And this is a wholesaler. He wanted it was a $10,000 assignment fee, and then I would still be responsible for paying all closing costs. It's a 4-bedroom, 1-bath, and I would have to underwrite myself, and the property needs work. He said he has a tenant that is paying $1,000, and he will be out once it's sold. And he sent me a bunch of pictures of the property because I wanted to see what it looked like on the inside.
Right, and the pictures were the property needed a lot of work.
The property needed a lot of work.
It definitely needed. We probably estimated needed $30,000 worth of work.
They estimated 30. I don't know if 30 is accurate, but I don't know. Maybe
even if it is 30, right?
Yeah, even if it is 30. But when I did a really quick comp on it, it landed at maybe 110 or 120.
Right.
So I wasn't sure. I mean, I like the whole idea of it being not too far away from my other properties that I have up there, and the $60K seller finance sounded really nice. But as I was looking for it, I just had some reservations. So then I was asking a couple more questions. And I want to throw this out there that Larry yelled at me for doing this on text, but it was not the actual seller. I was actually talking to the wholesaler. So if it was a seller...
You still should have talked to the wholesaler on the phone.
I did talk to her on the phone, and she couldn't really answer any questions. And she was just like, let me look. Yeah, we could do this. Yeah, so she wasn't incredibly helpful. Yeah. So I mean, nice, but just not helpful.
There's a lot of amateur wholesalers out there, and it sounds like you got one.
Yeah.
But she's got something on the hook, so.
Yeah, so I asked a little bit more about, so I talked to you a little bit about it. Mm-hmm. I texted Larry yesterday after I left the office, and you recommended 50,000 instead of 60.
Right.
So then I countered with the wholesaler at 45, just because I figured it couldn't hurt.
Okay.
And she said that he had a mortgage of $51,000 to pay, and she could negotiate her fee. And I suggested maybe taking over his payments as doing it as a subject to.
Right, which is interesting because he said it was seller financing at $60,000, and if he says it's seller financing at $60,000, but he owes $51,000, that is a subject to. It's actually a wraparound.
Okay.
So I'm a little confused as to what he was trying to do there.
So why don't you explain a wraparound? Because I'm sure people don't know.
So wraparound is this. So he whatever his mortgage payment on his $51,000. Let's say his mortgage payment is $600 a month, right?
Yeah.
And then he says, okay, now he's got the difference of the 51 and the 60 that he wants, which is $9,000.
Right.
And he asks for maybe $100 a month amortized, or maybe it's $1,000, maybe it's $1,000 a year for 9 years, if you know what I mean, just to make up, just so he can get his $9,000. So what's really weird is it sounds like it's a subject to deal anyway, and the wholesaler has no idea what subject to is anyway. So because in order for you to take the title, if he's going to sell or finance it, that loan has to still be in place. What are you seller financing? You got to pay off the $51,000. You're looking for $9,000. Might as well just give him a check. you don't really need to sell or finance $9,000, but to sell or finance the whole 60 would be a big difference. So I'm a little confused as to what she was trying to convey to you with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I suggested, like I said, I suggested taking over his payments, and she said, we already tried that, but he wanted to get money because he's putting his daughter through college, so he wanted to get some upfront money.
Right. So how much money can he get if he's looking for if he's selling the property for 60 and he owes 51, the most amount he's going to get is $9,000 anyway.
He said, we tried that. We tried that as well. He is not pressured to sell and just wants to get rid of it and had some funds for his daughter's college. The tenant is paying the bills for now and is also his friend.
This is what I would do. I would reach out to this wholesaler and I would say, let me talk to him, and we'll talk and see if I negotiate it. And if I close it, I'll give you a wholesale fee.
Okay.
And that might be the best answer because it sounds like this wholesaler doesn't know what she's doing, and she's going to lose the deal because she doesn't know what she's doing. Now, if she has somebody else who's going to buy it cash, then it's over. But I like the idea if you can get this thing subject to. By the way, if you guys don't know what subject to is, I know we talk about it a lot. Subject to means that Debbie would own the property, but the old mortgage that this woman has currently would still be in place, and she would make those payments. So it's a lot easier to get a loan for this money because she doesn't have to go out and get a loan because the loan's already in place. And all she has to do is come up with a little bit of money to pay this person for her daughter's college, whatever the case may be, and give a couple of bucks to the wholesaler for doing her a favor. I would like the idea that you give the seller $5,000 and you give the wholesaler $5,000. And if you can get away with that and take it over subject to, this is a fantastic deal. It's a fantastic deal. It's an okay deal at $60,000. And is it $60,000 plus 10 to the wholesaler? Is that right?
6,000
so
plus 10.
It's not even an okay
plus
deal
the 12.
anymore.
Yeah, so it's
it's 60,000.
60 plus 12 because
Yeah.
that 12,000 earnest.
No,
2,000.
no. The earnest money would be part of the 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by the way, the wholesaler is asking for the EMD, not the
Okay.
not the person. So it's part of it. So it'd be 70,000 to buy this. I think that's a little high. So I think 60,000 is probably the max that this thing's worth, and that's why I said offer 50 because then you're giving the wholesaler 10, and that makes 60. So that's why I said offer 50. But if you can sit down with this seller and sit down with the wholesaler too, it doesn't matter. I mean, who knows what this wholesaler has said? If the wholesaler said she's buying it, which is typically what you're supposed to do, and then she's going to sell the contract, that's one thing. But you could go in and talk to the wholesaler one-on-one and say, listen, let me go in. I'll say I'm your partner, which technically you are. I'll say I'm your partner, and we'll talk to her one-on-one. We could even do a Zoom, or we could go online maybe, and we can. Your camera just went out. And we can, and we can talk to her and maybe make this deal happen.
Okay. I'll reach back out to her because I know that the wholesaler lives in New York. So I said something about maybe going to meet the seller, and she's like, "Well, it's kind of far for me." I'm like, "Well, it's 2 hours away from me also." So.
Well, maybe you do it on the Zoom, or maybe you do it on the phone.
All right. I'll see if she'll be willing.
It's worth the conversation.
Yeah, I don't know if she'll. Because, wholesalers aren't usually so willing to give up their sellers, so I can ask.
Well, no, but you talk to this wholesaler first.
Yeah.
And remember that, you're trying to make a deal, and the wholesaler makes money if you make a deal.
Okay.
And if you don't make a deal, the wholesaler gets nothing. And it sounds like it could be a way that you could buy this property, and I like the idea of buying it. If your maximum in is $60,000 on the purchase, it's going to be okay. Because if you put the 30 in, and I looked at the pictures, I think 30 is pretty accurate. So, excuse me. So if you put the 30 in, you get your whole acquisition cost of $100, and you could rent the thing for $1,200, $1,300. You did fine.
Okay.
And especially if you do it subject to.
Okay.
But at 70 and coming up with the cash, it doesn't. The numbers they're too tight.
Yeah.
It's not, and 2 hours away. It's not. If they're really close to your other property, great. But it's not. It's just not the greatest deal. It's not a bad deal, but if you add the subject to, it becomes a fantastic deal.
Okay.
Because now you don't have to go find money for it.
Okay.
So that's why I like that deal, and that's why I don't like that deal.
All right. Well, I'll reach out. I'll reach out and see if
Yeah.
they'll be want to do like a Zoom call or something with the seller and see what she says. So.
And then record it.
And then record it? I should have you on with me and have you do it.
You could. That's fine. I'd do that for you. Absolutely.
I know.
I would do that. Not only that, I do that for students. I've gotten on phone calls. Remember when you were a student, I got on a call with you?
Yes.
And you didn't tell the person I was on. That was the funniest thing. So Deb gets me on a call with this person. It's a subject to deal, and I'm here to negotiate the subject to deal. But she never tells the seller or the attorney that I'm going to be on the call.
I talked to him like 5 minutes before, I literally talked to him 5 minutes before, and I just didn't, I didn't know what I was doing.
Right. So what happened here is, they instantly got offended, and I offend people pretty easily, and they easily got offended, and they didn't know why I was there, so it became a real problem.
Yeah.
So if you're going to bring somebody in on a deal, definitely at least talk to somebody and tell them that you're going to do it.
Yeah, so lesson learned. I've learned a lot of lessons over the last couple of years. There's a couple, one or two that I've really learned hard, but I've learned a couple lessons over the last couple of years. So.
By the way, if you're listening, 855-939-1137 is our calling number. You call about talking about anything. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Should we give away one more book?
Yeah, give away
All
one
right,
more
give
book.
away one more book. 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137. Call us up. I don't know. Tell us what you do on Memorial Day weekend. Ask a question. Doesn't matter. Whatever you want to call about. If you call and say, I just want a book, we're going to give it to you anyway. But, we prefer if you have some kind of conversation with us. I mean, we had a great conversation with a whole bunch of people this morning.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Well, Tess, if you call in, we'll give you a book unless you already have
Tess
one.
already has one.
Tess already has one.
I earned my pay today.
You definitely earned your
those
pay.
phones.
There you go.
Listen, I just want you to when
Glenn,
Gary.
do you have a book?
Yeah.
Does
No,
Glenn have a
when
book?
Gary he has a book. He got one when he came to my book launch.
Oh, okay.
When Gary Arnell comes in, I want you to count the amount of phone calls we had and the amount of phone calls he has in his first hour, and make sure you compare it.
Okay, will do.
By the way, I love Gary Arnell. He comes on after our show. If anybody listens, Gary Arnell he's just a nice guy. I mean, he's a little freaky because I think he still wears a mask everywhere he goes. But besides that, he's a really nice guy.
I don't know. He doesn't wear a mask.
Oh, not anymore? Oh.
I don't.
I know. Just something to make fun of him about.
We got ice cream yesterday. I went out with a friend of mine last night for dinner, and behind the counter, the woman was serving us, and she was still wearing a mask.
Yeah, there's a couple people doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's still a couple people doing that.
Yeah.
And it's sad that they do that, but I don't want to get into that anymore.
Yeah.
Because then they'll ban me from YouTube, they'll ban me from Facebook.
They're gonna ban you from the radio soon. Too,
Yeah, they'll ban me from. They haven't banned me from the radio yet. Yeah.
It's just because they can't see you yet.
Yeah, exactly. Right. You can't see that I'm wearing.
There you go.
I'm wearing a mask. No, yeah. All right. So we got a couple of minutes. 855-939-1137. So I did talk about the debt ceiling and what my opinion was when I think Joseph called, and I want to talk about a couple of stocks that are pretty hot this week. So we talked about NVIDIA in class the other day, and NVIDIA rocked it, man. It went wow. It took off, and what happened was, of course, it's an AI play. But I really think that AI is a fad. Now, when I say a fad, I don't mean that AI is not going to be here. AI is going to take over the world, there's no doubt. But when I say a fad, I think it's a fad play. In other words, what will basically happen is, everybody will just get accustomed to AI, and the stock plays like NVIDIA going up 75 points on Thursday isn't going to happen anymore. In other words, it's just going to be, okay, yeah, your AI, it is what it is. There's nothing exciting anymore. So I just look at that. Now, it may be about a 6-month period where that starts to happen. So I actually believe NVIDIA is going to start to head down. Now, at the same time, I'm not going to play a put on this at all, because I don't think it's not definite. Like, it could ride a little bit more. It could ride another 25 to 50 points before it heads down. So I wouldn't play it yet. But hey, this is a fantastic success story when you figure that it started at 108, the 52-week low is 108. Now it's almost 400. I mean, that's just amazing. What is that? Oh, Tess wants to get me a monogram mask. Yeah. So by the way, when the scamdemic first came out, I actually got masks to say I buy houses.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just never wore it, but I gave it away actually. So that was kind of fun too. By the way, something else. If anybody has a house out there to sell, you can also give me a call, 855-939-1137. I'll be more than happy to buy your house. All right. So where were we? We're talking about the stock market and some other plays. Also, the S&P. The S&P hit it wasn't a 52-week high, but it hit a new 6-month high, and it's closed at the S&P closed at 4205, which is pretty good. So here's what's going on. So now we got everybody going, Biden's going to trash the economy. Biden's going to trash the economy. Biden's going to trash the economy. I think what's happening is now the noise is gone. Like, no one cares what Biden does.
Okay.
And I mean that. And I mean that in the most insulting way. That no one cares what he does anymore, because he doesn't do anything. Everything he says he's going to do, he doesn't do. Hey, Hey, Glenn, did you get your $10,000 student loan paid for yet?
No, I did not.
No, I wonder why. Yeah, because it was illegal and he couldn't do it, and it's a shame that he couldn't do it because I actually thought it would have been very helpful for a lot of people. But at the same time, but it's another place where I'm a Republican, and I actually thought it was a good idea. I didn't like the way he did it because it was illegal the way he did it. But to forgive some student loans, a lot of people got backed up pretty bad. But whatever, you took a loan, pay for it. But,
yeah, I'm still paying back my PhD loan. So.
Oh, you really? You would have got $10,000 too.
I was looking into it, and it was with what I do and all that stuff. I wouldn't have qualified.
Oh, you made
for
too
it.
much money.
I made too much money. I wouldn't have qualified for it.
Right. Yeah, I forgot. Not only are you bright, but you make a lot of money.
I do okay.
Hey, Glenn, if you ever need a loan,
get out. Hey, Robin said she knows a couple people. Call Robin. Robin can help. I'll just borrow money off you, Larry.
I don't have any money. I have properties. Whenever I have an extra bit of money, I just go buy something with it. Maybe it's a car. Hey, I have my MG today.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I have my MGB today. One of my favorite cars.
I know. It looks like a little toy car. I pulled in, and it looks like a little baby toy car.
Yeah.
I really like. It really looks like a little toy car.
So, by the way, CCL, one of my favorite stocks, is also hitting some new highs. So, not new highs, like new highs in the last year. So, I actually think this stock is going to hit. Is going to hit 12 again, and it's going to stay above 12. So, if you guys want to get into that, that's some good action too. All right, I don't know. What do we got left, Glenn? What do you got? 59 seconds, or am I a minute off? I'm a minute off.
Oh,
we got a minute. We got a minute and 30.
You should talk about the whole credit card thing. Remember we were talking about the credit card thing right when we started?
No, I don't. Yeah,
you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to.
All right.
Unless you want to come on the air with us.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
But yeah, we'll talk because that's a long conversation. Credit cards.
All right.
Because I have to get into a lot of things.
Okay.
But I did hit almost $60,000 worth of available credit cards.
Good for you, man. That's great.
$860,000. So for all of you guys don't know, that's like, to me, it's sport. It's a game to me to get as much credit as I can available for credit cards. And then for you guys who are like, why would you do that? Because I literally buy houses on credit cards sometimes.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I got 10,000 when I was sitting in a Ken's event in the corner. Remember, I got 10 grand. That was cool. That was pretty cool, actually.
So we got about 30 seconds. I want to thank everybody for calling in today. We had some really great conversations with Rob and Judy and Joseph. Roger, we lost him. And, of course, Gary, thank you so much for your help in the ice cream store. And Robin for calling in and telling how great Investor Schooling is. Of course, I want to thank Glenn Page because Glenn is just the greatest producer. I'll tell you, I mean, really, when I start doing my show daily on WPHT, when Greg Stocker finally says, hey, you should do the show, I want Glenn as my producer. And
no.
And of course, if you want to come to Investor Schooling, go to investorschooling.com, RSVP there, and we will see you Thursday.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements.
All right, stand by.